Welcome to the FTA tutorial videos on how to complete your VAT return. You've just watched our video on how to complete Box 1 of the VAT return. In this module, we'll explain how to complete Box 2 to Box 5 in the VAT on Sales and All Other Outputs section. After completing Box 1 of the VAT return, you can then move on to Box 2. Box 2 requires you to include the value of any tax refunds provided to tourists under the Tax Refunds for Tourists scheme. You should only use this box if you are a retailer and provide tax refunds to tourists in the UAE under the Official Tourists Refund Scheme. The amounts reported in this box should always be negative. Box 3 requires the taxable person to declare the value of goods and services received which are subject to VAT under the reverse charge mechanism, as well as the purchase of oil and gas products that are subject to the domestic reverse charge. This includes imports of services where the customer is required to account for the VAT. Please disregard any imports of goods that have been declared to UAE customs during this tax period, where the import VAT is reported separately in Box 6. The only circumstance where a purchase of imported goods should be reported in this box would be where the movement was not declared via UAE customs. The value to be included in these boxes include only the net value and VAT value of the output tax due from you, as the customer, on these supplies. If you are entitled to recover the VAT on the supply as input tax, that will be recovered in Box 10 of the VAT return. In Box 4, the taxable person must declare the value of supplies of goods and services which are subject to VAT at 0%. This would include exports of goods and services outside the UAE, as well as local supplies such as certain educational and healthcare services. Only the net value of the supply is required to be declared in this section. If you are a taxable person which has also made supplies that are exempt from VAT, you should declare the value of exempt supplies made in Box 5 of the VAT return. Examples of exempt supplies would include certain financial services which are specified as exempt under the VAT legislation, bare land, local passenger transport services, and specific supplies of residential buildings. You have now completed Boxes 2 to 5 of the VAT return. Watch the next video to learn how to complete Box 6 to Box 8.